Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you for tuning in for today's episode. And today we have with us the Deputy Headmaster. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mathew.
Sir, we could start off by going on to the topic of you being an old orange shell. So, can you give us an insight as to how drastically things have changed with respect to the current ongoings?
The current ongoings are basically, I think, pandemic related. I don't think we have changed much by way of the way we operate things in school. The pandemic has turned things upside down, and children have not been here with us for almost 18 months now, and then you all come back now, and we are trying to figure out how to make things look normal. Otherwise, I think, compared to what it was before, I think infrastructure-wise we are far, far ahead of what we were earlier. And I think the essence of what Lawrence School is, the ethos of the school, remains much the same.
Correct, the never giving spirit, if I'm right.
It remains much the same, yeah.
And on the topic of the pandemic, did you personally take up any new hobbies during the lockdown period? Or?
Conducting online classes and conducting online assessments itself became a big task. It was as good as a hobby. I mean, you pursue it till you perfect it. So I think that itself was a big hobby. The pandemic also gave me a lot more time to indulge in, say, some of the physical activities that I did not have the time to do when children were here, like a little more walking, a little more exercising and things like that. But I'm an average sports person myself, but then couldn't play anything. So, but then, the walkings and the exercises were there.
So again, come to the topic of online classes. So definitely teaching a theory-based subject seems relatively more simpler through an online platform. However, computer science being your subject, how do you go about this? Because it's a very practical subject.
That's true. Be it computer science or physics or chemistry or to some extent even mathematics, it's very tough to do it online. In fact, we had to, the teachers who were teaching these basically practical oriented subject, we had to adapt a lot to this online teaching methodology. In online teaching methodology, you actually do not know if a child is listening to you. You can tell them to do things practically, on the computer or on a OLabs. OLabs is the practical platform for sciences. We don't know if they're actually understanding and doing it. So it was a huge challenge. But as far as computer science is concerned, I used to tell the kids to get the programs done and send it back to me so that there is some kind of evidence that children have done some practical work. But it was very, very tough.
And then moving on to the role of the deputy headmaster, relating to making decisions. So now you've been a student, you've been a teacher, you've been a housemaster as well. So again, with respect to the current ongoings, have all these roles in your life helped you make decisions right now?
Absolutely. Being a student in the school, being a teacher, having been a housemaster, and having not been here for about 12 years in between, so all these helped me take those important decisions in the role of a deputy headmaster. I could see it from a student perspective. I could see things from a student perspective, what children will like, what children will not like, because I was right there in those dorms, staying there inside. So I know what exactly children would want. Being a teacher, being a housemaster, so all these have helped me arrive at decisions.
And what would be that one word that you would use to describe the feeling of having students back in school?
Great. It's amazing. We only fondly hope that you continue to be here, because we always keep our fingers crossed as far as pandemic is concerned. We hope that things will slowly limp back to normalcy. You know that it's limping back, but then we hope we don't get into more problems.
Correct. And what is the one thing that you miss pre-COVID times that we're not able to do right now because of certain measures and
games. And activities, I mean, personally, I used to play a lot of badminton. So since it's an indoor game and we have shut the badminton courts, so I miss badminton a lot. The other thing that I miss is those literary activities we used to have in school in the afternoons, in the large hall, those inter-house elocution competition, poetry recitation competition, the quizzes. So since it used to be in the large hall and we're not able to have these congregations happening inside, I mean, you can do it online, but then it's not the same as, kids vouching for their houses inside the large hall. I mean, those are some things that I miss a lot. The assemblies, the morning assemblies is something that I miss a lot.
And now, sir, on that topic, students from grade 5 to 8 seem to be coming back on November 1st. So do you see things going far forward from this position onwards?
Yes, but then see, in fact, when teachers ask me, what are we going to do tomorrow, what are we going to do 15 days from now, there is a standard answer I give them. I always tell them, I know what's going to happen for the next half an hour, but we do not know what's going to happen after that, because the situation is continuously changing and evolving. It's very, very dynamic. You never know when some kid is going to test positive. You don't know when a staff member is going to test positive. So decision making during these kinds of times is extremely difficult. I'm only keeping my fingers crossed. With 9, 10, 11, 12 it is much easier, because I mean, we still call you guys kids, but then it's very easy to make you understand. And then there is a lot of maturity when you come to senior school and we say that you need to wear a mask. Everybody wears a mask. At least when you're told you wear it. So it is like that. But with kids, no, I mean, 5th standard and 6th standard kids, they don't understand the gravity of the situation. So personally, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We hope for the best. We hope, children have been at home for almost 18 to 20 months now. They're also waiting to come back to school. But then it's a boarding school environment. It's not a day school environment where you finish off your class at 3 o'clock, go back home, and you're in this protective shell of your parents. But then there is another life here after 3 o'clock. So that's when you get to mix more with your friends and classmates and all that. So we only hope that children understand the COVID protocols and listen to what their housemasters and housemisters are going to tell them, and they stay safe and keep the community also safe. If we are safe, if we continue to remain safe, I see things getting back to normal very early next term.
Oh, that's great optimism from your side, and something to really look forward to. And moving on to a lighter topic, sir. Last Friday happened to be the IPL finals. Did you personally watch?
Yes, I watched it.
Who were you? Were you a CSK fan?
CSK fan.
Okay. That's great. That's a great win for you, sir. I mean,
Yeah,
that day.
absolutely.
Anyways, thank you so much for doing this with us, sir. We appreciate your time as well. And
thank you, Mathew. It was always a pleasure talking to you. And there's another way of reaching out to the larger community.
Correct.
So I enjoyed the conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, viewers, for tuning in this week, and we hope to see you on the next one.